What's up, Afterbuzzers? Welcome back to the Legacies After Show. Today we're going to be talking about Season 1, Episode 5, Malivore. We'll be discussing Dryads, the Honor Council, and some surprising hookups, so stay tuned.
You're tuned in to Afterbuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
I love how we were both like, this is it. This is the song that we have to start with. Because that ending scene, it worked so well.
It was perfect.
So excited.
So steamy and hot.
Yeah, honestly. What is up, you guys? Like I said, welcome back to the Legacies After Show. So excited to be here. I'm your host, Taylor Gates. We are down one person tonight. We miss Sam Davidson dearly, but I'm still not alone. Thank goodness. What's up? How are you doing?
I'm good, guys. I'm Alexus Mozell, and I'm excited about tonight's episode, even though it was kind of like a lot happening in one episode. It was really good.
Yeah, I agree.
Really good. Yeah.
There was a lot of plot going on. Like I said at the top, we are going to be discussing Dryads, you know, the tree things, the Honor Council, and yeah, there were a lot of little kind of steamy hookups at the end there. We went out with a bang. What did you think of this episode overall?
I think it was really good. I think it was actually cool with the whole honor council thing because it reminded me of student council in high school, how they had to vote for a witch, a werewolf, and I'm missing one. Werewolf, witch, and Vampire. So I think that was really cool because it kind of connected to being in high school. I really like that. And then this weird tree, Dryad, poison. I thought it was like a poison ivy thing at first, or that's what I thought when I first saw it. And then once they started explaining it, I think that was really cool with her being a tree, and it was just different. And then it was just really good. It was kind of little animosity between the alphas, of course. And then we have the vampires, Caleb and MJ, who MJ is trying to apologize to Caleb, make up for him because he's in this prison that Alaric has him in. Because of him, and then Caleb turns on him, and it was just a lot of turning, but I think it was really good. And then the steamy, hot,
of course,
hookups at the end.
Yeah, we really got a lot of everything. We got some action, we got some romance, we obviously got some rivalry. I think we've been talking about it a lot, how we've sort of liked some points that how they've kind of brought in that high school aspect into it. I think they did a really, really great job of it this week, though. I agree with you. We kind of had some mixed feelings, and me and Sam talked about the sports game they were having. Sports game. Clearly, I am very knowledgeable athletics, but I really liked the whole honor board. I thought that brought a fun element to it. Let's actually start off by talking about the Dryad, though, which was sort of our monster of the week, but she wasn't really a bad person, kind of at the end of it. What did you think was going on when you first saw her?
Well, I knew she was after the knife, like every demon that we have encountered so far on the show.
Right.
So that was not a surprise, but her look kind of threw me off because she didn't seem like she would be a demon. She was she seemed soft a little bit, and then when she actually ended up connecting with Alaric, and then even at the end we saw that Dorian had a kind of connection with her as well. It was she was bad, but she didn't know why she was bad, and then she kind of was good in a sense,
She was, and she kind of talked a little bit about the history of them, about how they were gentle creatures who used to kind of live among humans. Trees are patient and they never lie like humans do, so obviously there some tension between those two species now, but I agree because we've been seeing these gargoyles and the spider thing and all these really scary things, so I thought it was an interesting sort of change of pace to get her, and she connected a lot with Alaric and Dorian. That sort of last scene with the Dryad and Dorian, did you think something romantic was happening there?
Well, the way he laid her down, and it was really romantic, and then he put the sheet over her, and then he watched her blossom into a tree. It's he felt something, but maybe he didn't know what he felt because it was really weird. Why would he feel something? Why is he connected to this tree? But also, I mean, like I said, maybe it's because she was gentle and she was good, but then she wanted the knife, and she even said that she didn't know why she was so attracted to it. It was like a possession. So I feel like he maybe had felt some kind of, I don't even know what to say for her. He felt something for her, but it was really weird.
I did too. Weird. I kind of did read it as steamy at first. Let us know in the comments if you did too. Maybe that was just me interpreting it weird. But I think that at the end of the day, you're right. It was just about that connection, that sort of intimacy, and also that kind of like vulnerability. Like she's telling them, you know, kind of about her deepest, darkest sort of secrets. Like she doesn't understand what's happening to her. She doesn't really understand what this dark hole is underneath, but it's going to bring her peace.
Yeah.
And that's like really important for her, obviously, because she connects with Alaric about loss, which I thought was like very interesting. What did you kind of think about that? Because we brought up the girls' mother a little bit, which I know we've all been sort of looking forward to. So yeah, what were your thoughts on that conversation?
I think it was deep. It was a deep conversation. I wasn't expecting Alaric to have this connection with her. Like it was unexpected, but it was deep, and I actually liked that they had that concept in the episode. I think it was really good. And Ivan in the chat said that Dryad was beautiful, which I have to agree, because she really was. Like, that's why I didn't think she was bad, because her appearance and everything about her was very gentle. And that's why I feel like Alaric and Dorian had a connection with her. But I like that they put that scenario in there, him having a deep connection with her and understanding her.
Yeah, because sometimes it is sort of the most unexpected people that you do seem to kind of connect with the most, you know, because, you know, sometimes people are almost too close to you and you don't feel like you can, you know, sort of talk to them. So the fact that they were like, had very little in common besides that grief, I thought was a really kind of cool way to bring them together. And speaking of bringing people together, Afterbuzz does that like all the time. Will you tell us a little bit more about that?
Of course. So, hey, Afterbuzzers, our network produces after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows. From dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more, there is no network that works harder to serve television fans. But we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help Afterbuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about pesky notifications, don't be, because they're optional. So hit that subscribe button now for this channel and check out our other Afterbuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know you did in the comments, and we'll thank you on air. For now, thanks for being the best fans and for helping us be the ESPN of TV talk.
Thank you. Yeah, and yeah, like I said, we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify now, we're on iTunes, which you should definitely rank us 5 stars because the other ones like are broken for some reason, so you just have to do 5. But yeah, let's talk a little bit more about this honor council that we loved so much, because that affected a lot of the storylines. I want to first talk about the Caleb and MG of it all, because I thought that was really interesting. So obviously, like you said, Caleb is locked up because he's been feeding on young humans.
Yeah, innocent humans.
And yeah, you know, as one does, because he doesn't want this rabbit blood anymore. And like, I mean, I've seen Twilight. I know that that's just not as good. So clearly he's got to get his fill, but he's, you know, being punished for it now. He's locked up, and MG feels really kind of bad about it because he feels he's sort of at fault. Were you expecting him to feel that guilt?
Yeah. I mean, I expected it. I mean, I do. Okay, I'm going to say I knew when he went down there to talk to Caleb about the voting and then, you know, telling her to vote for him and then, you know, trying to keep Landon in the school. I knew when Caleb said okay, or his response was just too easy. I knew he had something else up his sleeve. I'm very much so not surprised that he turned on MJ and ended up having all the vampires vote for him. Oh yeah, that wasn't a surprise at all.
No, because like you said, it was too easy, and we haven't really seen that much like vulnerability from him yet. So I'm like, there's no reason to trust him yet. So I agree. I thought that was pretty sad, especially because MG was genuinely trying to help. He was like, I wasn't lying. I was campaigning for your vote because I really did want to change things and help you. But unfortunately, he still gets stabbed in the back. And someone else gets stabbed in the back too. Let's go ahead and talk about sort of the Lizzie, Josie, Penelope sort of drama that we have going on. So obviously Lizzie is running for council. I don't think anyone was surprised by that. She's like number one. She's like gonna be the captain of the, you know, lacrosse team and is gonna do all of the things. But I love the fact that she was just concerned about her outfit.
Yeah, so cute.
Yeah, I thought that was cute too, and very, very in character for all involved. And Josie's just sitting on the bed. She's like, no,
your outfit doesn't matter.
It does not matter. But she still does go out and campaign, you know, for Lizzie, which I thought was sweet. So we have that kind of happening, and Penelope is not having any of this because she is sort of just we've seen so far, very sort of mean to both Lizzie and Josie. And so she eventually gets all of the witches to turn and vote for Josie. Were you surprised that that happened?
I was surprised. I wasn't thinking that she would get them to vote for her.
Yeah.
Not Josie. But when she reveals why she did what she did, I was like, okay, I see what you're doing here. I think she's trying to turn the sisters against each other a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's what she's trying to do. Like, she has some tricks up her sleeves, but I definitely thought that she wanted them to vote for her. That was such a surprise that she got everyone to vote for Josie, but she knows what she's doing. She's a mean girl, so.
Yeah, I was going to ask, do you think that she did it because she knew that it would hurt Lizzie more, or do you think that she genuinely does, like, want to help Josie and feels like Lizzie's holding her back?
Okay, so I agree and disagree, because I do agree that what she said to Lizzie at the end about her holding Josie back, I think that's true, and I think she believes that, so that's probably one of the reasons why she did it. But I also believe she did it as well to hurt Lizzie because she knew Lizzie that she really wanted it. So I think it's like an agree and disagree thing. I mean, she seems to still have a thing for Josie, in my opinion. Even though she's like a mean girl and she's mean to her, I think she still has like something there for her. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I think I agree and disagree. I think that she did it for one reason, but she had ulterior motives, which at the end was to hurt Lizzie. Because as we see, it hurt Lizzie. She was really hurt by it.
I agree. I think it was maybe a little bit of both. I think that she is vicious and makes savage moves and knows that, you know, Penelope getting the spot would have hurt Lizzie. Josie getting it is like a million times worse.
Yeah.
Because it's like so close and it's just kind of like it's salt in the wound almost.
Yeah.
But I also do think that there's still something there. Or else why would she... You know what I mean? Like, why would she just be mean to me? Like, there's always something deeper. There's always some motivation going on. So I'm really anxious to keep seeing that explored. But we also have Raphael sort of in the mix of all of these people, too. That scene where Lizzie and Josie are sort of, like, getting ready in her bedroom and things. Raphael comes in to obviously kind of plead Landon's case and, you know, ask Lizzie... hey, please vote for him to stay when you get elected. And so there was like a lot of tension there. You could tell that Josie was like a little uncomfortable because obviously Raphael and Josie had a thing. Who are you sort of rooting for, if either one of them?
I am rooting for Josie. I feel like she's the underdog.
Yeah.
Like I'm actually happy that she won the vote to be basically the voice for the witches. I think I'm happy she won that. So I'm rooting for her. I think her and Raphael are cute. I mean, I like Lizzie, but she kind of seems to get what she wants. And I think Josie winning was strike one, and I think Josie's going to end up Raphael. That's going to be strike two. So I'm rooting for Josie, not Lizzie in this situation.
Honestly, I am too. I think that Josie and Raphael are just like a better match. I know that we talked about it last episode, how they both feel like the sort of like more mature sibling in a way, kind of taking care of, you know, their brother and then her sister. And I think they have a lot of chemistry, and I'm not seeing Lizzie and him lasting too long.
Oh, no. Like,
I feel like the thing at the gym at the end, it was like very, you know, steamy and whatnot, but I think that it was sort of like, I don't know that Lizzie actually has that deep of feelings for him. Like, I feel like it's more of like a physical thing. Like, do you agree with that?
Yeah, she's attracted to him. She doesn't even really know him. I feel Josie, in the little time she has spent with him, I think she has gotten to know him a little more than Lizzie. Lizzie's just attracted to the physical. And that whole scene, I think they both were just vulnerable and mad at the time, and they just released it on a little hot steam makeout session. So I think she's just attracted to the physical appearance. She hasn't even really tried to get to know Raphael to know if she likes him. Yeah.
Well, Liz is kind of at her lowest low at this point, but Raphael is definitely not at his lowest low. He's kind of at like his highest high right now.
Yes.
He obviously is having a lot of trouble getting people, you know, to be kind of recruited to like Landon's side. And so he just decides to take matters into his own hands. the alpha, wolf is not really cooperating with him. He kind of has that ego, that chip on his shoulder. And so he decides to read the rules and try to become the alpha himself. Were you surprised that he took matters into his own hands?
No. And I'm not surprised. I'm happy he did it. And also, remember last week we said that the alpha, his name is Jed, he let Raphael off too easy. And we said that. We said, like, there's something else. And that something else came when he thought that, no, I'm not voting for Landon to say, this is me, you gave us a hard time, so this is me. This is your payback, basically. So, no, I'm happy he went after it. And I think in the end, my initial thought was that he was going to end up being alpha. I thought that. So, yeah, I'm not surprised he did that. I'm happy he did it. Jed seems like not a nice guy. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that Raphael's definitely like getting stronger and stronger each time. And I think it's only a matter of time, before he does kind of take his rightful spot. Finally, we got to talk about I think that was sort of the meat of the episode of Hope and Landon. They're like, oh, you did love it. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I think I do too.
I like it.
Let's break it down. Let's dissect it a little bit. So, obviously a big part of this episode was questioning, does Landon have anything supernatural going on and can he stay? I really, really loved the line from Hope where she was like angry about not being able to go with the Dryad. She goes, I have to stay here and run Landon's 23andMe. I was like, that was so good. But yeah, so Alaric kind of makes her run the test, not only because she's a witch, but I think that he knows, like, if he can, like, win her over, then he deserves to sort of stay. But there's some tension at first, obviously, because there's been tension between them since the very beginning, because Landon thinks that Lizzie is biased and shouldn't be running the tests. I sort of happen to agree with him. Did you also think that Hope was biased, or do you think that she could have stayed, like, civil and fair about it?
I don't think she was going to be biased. I think she was going to be civil about it because, for one, she didn't want to be the person doing the test. It's not like she signed up for it. And for two, I think even though they have their little whatever they have going on right now, she still wants what's best for Landon, I believe. So I think it's good that they had her do it out of anyone, honestly, in the school.
Yeah, I agree. I think she acted, she had a little bit of that sort of arrogance and like that edge to her. But at the end of the day, like, she did just run the test like she was supposed to. And I think that when that little magic lie detector came out after all the strength training and blood testing and things like that, that's when it started to shift a little bit, because they kind of both started admitting things to each other that like made them get to know each other on a deeper level. Like, obviously Landon shared the fact that he grew up in foster care, which we knew, but he kind of shared his feelings more about it. And Hope talked about how the reason she doesn't get close to people. Why do you think it was like that moment that sort of had them spilling their feelings?
I think because in that moment, Landon was being a little vulnerable because, he wants to stay at the school. So I think he opened up to Hope, and then it kind of caused her to open up a little bit to why she's the way she is.
Yeah. I think oftentimes for Hope, it does take someone else starting to like break their walls down first. Like, I think that she kind of goes by example of people, if that makes sense. Like, she's rarely the first one to let her guard down. I agree. So I agree when Landon sort of showed his softer side, then she followed suit. Sadly, after they have this little bonding moment, Landon gets knocked to the ground pretty fast by Jed, which was so sad. And I don't know. I sort of thought that, like, when that happened, it was going to trigger something in him and, like, we were going to see his powers. Did you, like, expect that?
Yeah, I did. And, of course, we didn't. But I definitely did because, honestly, I believe he's supernatural. We just don't know what it is. But something's not right. He's not a normal human.
Yeah, well, he can't be compelled, which is a big thing that they keep talking about. But I don't know. It surprised me a little bit. But it's kind of nice, I guess, that they didn't go the predictable route. But Hope sort of starts taking care of him because they got really close really fast, which was sweet. And she is like, do you even feel safe here? Like, because this makes her sort of nervous. And she, asks if he feels safe, and he says yes, but we later find out that that was like a lie. I feel like I'm on, oh gosh, what's that show where it's like, we have determined that is a lie. Jerry Springer or something, right? Like,
or Maury.
Hope comes in and is like, it's like acting like a daytime talk show host. But yes, going on sort of to talk about the actual council of it all, which I thought it was one of my favorite scenes personally. So let's just go in order of how everyone votes, because I thought it was like good, the order. So Emma goes first, who is the counselor lady, correct?
She's a witch, and I think she is a teacher. She's a teacher at the school too.
Yes,
and a counselor. Yeah.
Yes, and she's representing all of the younger students. So she votes yes, and then she leaves.
I know. She's like, bye, y'all.
I'm like, Emma, you are like the adult here. This is not a good idea to have all of them together without you.
Yeah.
Whatever. She pieces out. She's got, I guess, more important business to take care of, which leaves all of the kids. So we see Hope vote, and I was a little bit surprised that she voted no. Were you a little surprised initially?
Well, before, like, I don't know. I don't know, because I expect, like, I get why she voted no, so I kind of wasn't surprised when she voted no, but I expected her to vote yes for him to stay.
I did too, but then we find out, that it is because she just wants to keep him safe. But which is like definitely different than what we were planning on at like the beginning of the episode. Yes. But I knew once she was like, I want to sit on the council. I was like, I know that you're going there to do what's right for him. I thought it would be a yes, but the reasons why she said no made sense.
Yeah.
Caleb votes no, which I think that no one was shocked by that unless you had a different reaction than me.
No, he's out for revenge, so he's not doing nothing MJ has instructed or, gave him advice on doing, so I'm not surprised he voted no at all.
No. And then Raph votes yes, which, again, not really shocked at all. Yeah. And then Josie votes no. That honestly did surprise me.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's so close with Raphael. I'm actually very glad that she didn't vote yes, though, to be honest. Just because I think it shows how level-headed she can be and how good at this position she actually is.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that, analyst. Yeah.
Because it's going to, like, obviously I'm sad that Landon is gone, but her reasoning behind it, she's like, it's not about who's friends with who here. It's nothing, to do with politics. It's literally about his safety, and I feel, in my heart that this is what's going to be the best for everyone. So I was like, yes, Josie does deserve this. Like, she got it through, like, a really sort of nasty roundabout way, like, for someone else's revenge. But at the end of the day, she's the right girl for the job.
She is. Because Lizzie was just going to vote yes because she's trying to get a date. She likes Raphael.
Yeah.
So she was just going to vote yes to please Raphael. So Josie voting no, kind of, even though she has these feelings for Raphael, she's kind of thinking with her head on straight and trying to do what's best for the school and her peers and everyone that's in the school. So I agree. I wasn't surprised by her voting no, and I kind of agree with I understand why she did it.
Yeah. I just thought that was such a cool moment because it just, I don't know, it showed how she's more than just Lizzie's sister who helps her. Like, she has a very strong convictions, and it was, like, really great to see that. But unfortunately, that's 3 votes for Landon's gotta go, and so Hope takes him to the bus station. Very sweet, packs him, lunch, gives him the picture. Or did he already have the picture of his mom?
I think he already had the picture. I don't remember her handing it to him. I know she gave him money too, right?
Yes. Yeah. And then she also set it up so one of her family friends in New Orleans is going to help find his mom. Do you know, because I have not seen the other shows, do you know anyone who might be in New Orleans?
So the originals, which is filmed in New Orleans, and then Hope's it was set in New Orleans, and that's where most of the original vampires are.
Okay, so you think that someone might be coming back next week?
Yeah. Someone in the chat, Billie Jean Girl 24 said Hope sent Landon to New Orleans to see Vincent, I think. So she has a reason why she sent him to New Orleans. And someone else in the comments, Ivan, is saying Alexus talked the Bonnie mention, which you're not familiar with Bonnie, but Dorian mentioned Bonnie in the scene with the Dryad and Alaric, how he had her do the spell to find Oliver. So Bonnie is actually a witch from the Vampire Diaries.
Okay.
So I caught that. I wrote that actually down in my notes. But yep.
Those are fun little Easter eggs. I really am going to watch the other shows, you guys, I promise. But it's been fun to jump right into this one, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We cannot end the show without talking about the kind of epic moment between Landon and Hope. She gives him the bracelet, says, whenever you press this button, I will come and find you. He presses it right away, which is adorable. He's like, I just wanted to see if it worked. And then they kiss in front of the bus. I was worried they were going to get run over by the bus. But other than that, it was a very, very sweet moment. Were you satisfied with it?
Yes. It's been built up and it finally has happened. And that lets us know that that is not the last of Landon that we're going to see. For sure.
Absolutely not.
No.
And then the final sort of scene we have is centering in on this picture that Landon has of his mom, and his mother's necklace is the same design that the Dryad was like scratching into some rock thing. Yeah.
Figure thing.
So there's some connection there. I don't want to go say too much because I want to save most for predictions, but the fact that this episode is called Malivore, that's the dark hole, it's connected with the Dryad. I wonder if maybe like his mom's there, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Or has some weird connection to it.
And that's why he was also drawn to the knife. Because
yes.
he mentioned
good point.
that he was drawn to the, like, he didn't want to steal the knife. He was drawn to it. So, yeah.
There's something going on there.
Makes sense.
Something supernatural is afoot for sure. Awesome. Is there anything you want to talk about before we get into our more special segments?
No, I think that's it with the episode. I'm interested to see, what's about to take place. Yeah, no.
Me too. All right, let's go to our fiercest moment. Tony, can we get some Beyonce up in here? Thank you. Oh, we got the lights too.
Yes.
Amazing. Alexus, there's so many to choose from. What was your favorite though?
I have to say mine was was it the last scene? The last scene. With Lizzie like running to Raphael and like just kissing him, and then like I think that was my fiercest moment. She went, even though I don't agree with it because I'm all about Josie being with Raphael, I just thought that was fierce. She just went, she wanted it, and she went after it. She was feeling vulnerable, sad, and he's something that she's attracted to, and she made it happen. So that was my fiercest moment.
I agree. That's a very good one. I'm going to go with one I sort of talked about a lot earlier, which is just Josie sticking to her guns. Yes. Being a rational person, thinking things through, trying not to let all of her emotions and personal feelings get the best of her. So I really just, Josie for president is basically what I'm trying to say. Yes. Josie 2020. All right. I agree. Awesome. And you have some news for us, yeah?
Yes, I do.
Afterbuzz TV News.
So, cinemablend.com reported that we're going to see some, from Vampire Diaries and the originals, we're going to be seeing some locations that we're used to. So it's interesting that she has like set up someone for Landon to visit in New Orleans, because that's one of the places that we're going to be seeing is some memorable places in New Orleans from the originals. Hope, played by Danielle Ross Russell, who's Hope Mikaelson, she explained that some of the scenes we're going to remember from the New Orleans, I'm trying to get this together.
You're so
I'm
excited.
reading it and trying to, we know it's based in Mystic Falls, which we are going to eventually see some more scenes from that are memorable from the Vampire Diaries, but also New Orleans, which also lets us know that we're going to be seeing Landon more because he's going to New Orleans.
Yeah.
So I thought that was very interesting because a lot of us that are Vampire Diaries and the original fans, we want to see most of the characters and the actors return, but that's not happening too soon. Maybe in the second season we can have that happen, but I am excited to see that we're going to be seeing some locations from New Orleans. I think that's a start.
Yeah, they're really starting to sort of tie it together, which is always really cool.
I really love that. So that's my news for today. We're going to be seeing some New Orleans settings, which lets us know that Landon is not gone. He's not done.
Great. Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Well, that kind of slides us right into predictions.
Yeah.
And now, your Afterbuzz TV predictions.
Heck yeah. All right. We got a lot of characters that we can predict on. What are you thinking?
Okay, I'm going to start with Lizzie and Rafael.
All right.
For some reason, I feel like Josie, because the way it ended, like it didn't like completely end the scene. So I feel like Josie is going to see them.
Oh.
I don't know. I just feel it. Like either she's going to see or she's going to find out and she's not going to be happy about it. But honestly, Josie, I love you. You're one of my favorite characters, but I mean, you voted for his brother to leave school, so
yeah, that's hard to come back from.
Yeah, I don't think he's like a fan of yours right now. And then my other hope is we saw in the preview for next week's episode is Lizzie and Josie's mom is gonna appear in which is really weird because I feel like she's gonna come back as I don't want her to come back as like a creature or demon of the week, but why is she back? It's so weird. And why was Alaric so quick to like put the little arrow thing at her? So
yeah, that's gonna be really interesting.
So that's interesting. And then I want to say we're gonna see Landon again next episode, but I feel like they're gonna wait a couple episodes for he like resurfaces. So my big prediction is Josie's gonna find out about this Lizzie and Rafael situation, and she's not gonna be too happy about it, which I don't blame her. So
I'm gonna go off of that, and I am wondering if maybe Josie and Penelope are going to rekindle something.
Oh, yes.
I mean, they're keeping her around, they're kind of having her sneak in and out. I don't think they would do that if, like, she wasn't going to come make some more messes, especially sort of romantically. I also think that I agree it's going to take a few episodes, but Landon is going to use that bracelet sooner rather than later. I think that's going to be sort of a pivotal thing that goes on. And, yeah, and I'm excited to see more of like MG and Caleb and things like that because that's also very messy.
Yeah.
Like I want to see more sides of Caleb.
Yeah, because we just see the mean side. Like he's very like mean. And I also want to piggyback off of with Landon. I feel like I forgot to mention this in my predictions. Landon is the key to figuring out all this with that knife. They don't know it yet, but he's the key to figuring out why everyone is so pulled and possessed to get this, why all these demons want this knife. I feel like, something's going to surface back around with that for sure.
I agree. Yeah. Well, I think that about wraps us up for this. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Alexis, where can everyone find you?
You guys can find me on all social media at Madam_Mozell, Mozell.
Awesome. And you guys can find me on Twitter at Alphabet_Ann and on Instagram at Taylor_Gates_. Make sure to leave your comments on YouTube. I love reading them. I love reading your thoughts. And we will see you guys next week for more vampires and werewolves and supernatural exciting stuff. So yeah, come back next week.
Bye guys.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to Afterbuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.